If anyone's listening who's struggling out there and is on their way to give up, don't give up, because you don't know what's round the corner. Like right now, I feel like I'm really finding myself again. I can be handcuffed to a hospital on Monday, be in a fucking institution, sort of like them testing me on a Tuesday, and then Friday be back in a fucking boozer with a load of strangers talking shit again.
You know that feeling you're feeling now? Oh, mate, you got to fucking live in that feeling. That shame, don't shy away from that, because that's what's going to keep you sober.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Menace to Sobriety with your host with the most. I don't mean to boast. It's Dan O'Reilly, aka Dapper. Bit of a different one today. It's always a bit different. Lots of different guests and stuff. I've got a feeling I'm going to relax into this one. I've done some pretty tough podcasts recently, and although we're going to get into some serious subject matter, I feel like it's going to bring the inner lad out of me. You know, I can let me hair down a little bit because this is one of my own, I can tell. Introducing to the stage and onto the podcast a geezer that I've been following for a little while. Very talented. It's Rags the Ghost. Thank you for coming. I DM'd and you were like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, all day.
Let's start by, you were telling me a funny story about, when you... Yeah,
it's kind of mad. When I kind of sort of like came up with Rags the Goat, because I used to have another name, which was Rago. Whoever remembers me, I used to rap under that name.
And was that just because you smashed people up when you
Nah, not even. It just, I don't know, I came up... Me and my pals came up with it when we was in school. And it just sort of like meant you don't give a fuck kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it just stuck. But I used to do another sort of like, not sort of geezery type of rap. It was more like street rap sort of thing. But it was what I was living at the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And yeah, when I kind of brought out What's Happening Girl.
Which went fucking mental.
Which went absolutely AWOL. I'll tell you another funny story in a minute. But yeah, you was like the first sort of main person, do you know what I mean? Because obviously you was massive at the time, still massive now, but at that time I was like, I went to my missus, I went, fucking hell, Dapper Laughs has commented on it, like, I think we're on to something here, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, it sort of like blew up massively, and it's mad because at the time I was trying to get sober, but how I actually came across sort of doing that song was me and my missus had an argument that day, and she had fucked off out. I think it was because I'd probably been on it previously.
Yeah.
And we had a Barney. So I sort of like done a video in my flat at the time, and I was just making up sort of like raps, geezery sort of raps about getting on it and stuff like that. I put What's Happening Girl in it and all of that, being cheeky, sent it to her to say, look, I'm having it large in the flat, like, don't really care, like, where you've gone, kind of thing. Bit of a dickhead move, do you know what I mean? And then, anyway, we sorted our differences out. And one day, I think it was like 2 weeks later, she said, I bet you any money you put that on TikTok, it'd do something.
Really?
So I put it up. The first one, I think, got like 300,000 views. And I went, fucking hell, I went, hold up a minute. Like, I think we're on to something here. So I've done the second part. Which I sort of put the Euros in and everyone getting on it. And
was that before all the little lads were saying What's Happening Girl? You're
No, they had started saying it. They had started saying it.
But you put it into the rap.
And then I sort of put it into the rap.
Yeah.
And it all just merged into sort of like...
The funny thing is, you was in the pub having beers. It was all that vibe though, wasn't it?
No, this is where you get it wrong.
You're walking out of the pub.
Walking out of pubs. Them cokes that were in my hand... I didn't have no alcohol in it.
But people didn't even know that. They thought you were just being a lad.
And do you know what the maddest thing is? A lot of people that know me, that know how much I get on it and know how much I'm a sesh, or I used to be a sesh head. Do you know what I mean? They just naturally thought, oh yeah, Rags is at it, do you know what I mean? And he's come out with this new geezery sort of music and he's having it large. And it made sense because like, it was just mad how it all sort of dropped into place. And then obviously I got my management off the back of that song. I then made the video down at Meerwall, round Bermondsey and that, where I used to knock about and stuff. It's where my old man's from. And then it just sort of like blew up. But at the time, Dan, I was struggling to remain sober. Do you know what I mean? And I was getting myself like 2 weeks, 3 weeks sober. Then obviously what's happening, girls gone off and everything's like, oh,
I'm excited now.
do you
People
know
want to
what-
buy me a drink.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it
I
was
know what you
like,
mean.
it all just sort of got on top of me. And then I think I got like 2 months, not 2 months, 2 weeks, 3 weeks sober. Then as what's happening was going off, I went on a bender. And my management's like sort of looking for me, like sort of saying, look, people are coming forward, wanting like labels coming forward, and I'm on the missing. And I missed a massive opportunities. Like I've missed quite a few opportunities.
Recently as well.
Recently, like in the last year, 2 years. Do you know what I mean? And what can I say about it? I was just in a bad place. And I think sometimes what I'm trying to accept, Dan, is that it was God's plan. Because if I had got myself a couple $100,000 out of that song or whatever was coming, I wasn't in a good headspace.
Yeah.
And you see me, I'm a binger. Like I go on benders for days on end, like 7 to 10 days and stuff like that. And I make myself ill. And with that type of money around you, who knows what could have happened? Do you know what I mean? And
so maybe it's like it wasn't meant to happen.
but it was the birth of Rags the Goat.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was like I came back. I made a song called Doghouse, which kind of got a bite, which was basically being in the doghouse all the time.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? And then I made more music about sort of getting on it and being that Jack the Lad sort of geezer. And then I sort of like, obviously my missus, God bless her, and that she stuck by me through so much. Do you know what I mean? I've put her through absolute hell, but she's actually stuck by me, and I love her so much for that. But she actually said to me, like, look, you trying to get sober and relive this. And then I started thinking it, and I thought to myself, do you know what? Like, I'm actually talking about something that I'm not really, I'm not happy doing it. Like, I can rap about anything. Do you know what I mean? But
well, this is what we're getting on. What you're getting onto now is why I wanted you to come on, because like from an outsider looking in, right? You're a lad that's, you know, I've been doing social media for many, like 20 years, right? And I see lots of people popping up doing stuff, and some people pop up for dumb reasons. Do you know what I mean? But when I saw you pop up, obviously your accent, where you're from, it's all relatable to me. You know, you remind me of the boys that I used to hang around with. But then seeing you rapping about just general everyday life and stuff, and using words and lingo from South London, Kingston, Sutton, all of that stuff. You know, like my best pal and business partner Carlos, he runs Flex FM.
Okay,
all the lads, they're all, you know, they're all the same. They're all into the scene and that. I hooked onto it straight away. I was like, I like this guy. This is funny. Like, it was funny.
I try and
it's funny. Yeah, you can
comedy.
You can tell you don't take yourself too seriously. You're like, this is
yeah.
TikTok and that, but this is some lyrics.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, it's talented. So I followed, commented on a few things, and I was sharing it around my WhatsApp groups and all that, and having a laugh. But then I'm going to play this video. You hit me with this video, which I didn't see coming. And
a lot of people didn't.
No, I didn't see it coming, and it put a lump in my throat. I was a bit like, fucking, this is a bit close to home. And then I was like, right, I've got to talk to this guy. I never knew that you was an addict or you were struggling. But let's show the people. Listen, if you're listening at home in the ears, this is Rags the Goat. And if you're watching, have a look at these visuals, especially to any of my people out there that are in the meetings. You'll relate to this.
Everybody, welcome to the Nessies and Normans CA meeting. We are here to
big up my pal Eddie McGinty as well, Nessie's and Norman's coffee shop.
Wow.
For having me, do you know what I mean? It's lovely, gaff.
He didn't mind being on video for that.
Nah, he's a legend.
1 week relapse, 2 week relapse.
Sitting in a meeting too embarrassed for a recap. Couldn't even get past the first few key rings. Feeling like a mug, someone come and dip a tea bag. Telling you I was going over hurdles like the Tory. You're only telling half the story if it ain't gory. Horrible, all of the above. And the worst thing about it was the people that I loved. I remember trying to get me to a month. Got there and relapsed on the day. What a cunt. Done it again. Done 3 months in rehab and done it again. Then my missus fell pregnant. I was on my last strike. Made a promise to myself, that one's the last time. Nowadays I'm like 6 months in. A battle every day, but it's a battle worth winning. Winners never quit, quitters never win. If you're giving him an inch, take it on the chin and learn something from it, mate, and beat it on the spin. I was a broken man and I'm still mending. Expensive pain and I'm cutting down spending. You can't go back and never change the beginning, but you can start where you are and start changing the ending. Sober, lot less drama. I'm high off of life now, I'm in me own charter. Balenci's the only time I cop me a lager. Only shop I cop red stripes, now it's Prada. Boss man's got the used to pay his end of year holiday. Amount of times I was in the 90s offie, I was flat on me face, now it's flat white coffees. Meetings at the seasons, getting greeted at the lobby. Listen here, I ain't trying to disappear, but let shit hit the fan and watch them all disappear. I was on my arse, watched them all walk past, have a block. My expense, I'm a visioneer, they're scared when I'm on point. Praying for a relapse, praying so hard I see the marks on their kneecaps. Point to the bottom while they're at the top of stairs. Winners never quit, quitters never win.
It's heavy.
It's a good one. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? It's mad actually looking at it because I don't really go back to my videos, but I get the see that feeling that.
Yeah, I got that, man.
Do you know what I mean? And it's
that you covered a lot of shit in that video.
I covered a lot. Do you know what? It's mad because I've actually got an EP out there now. If anyone's watching now, hopefully you can try and put the link on it, or
yeah, we can.
Or
do
if
that, yeah.
the link's in my bio in my Instagram. I've actually dropped an EP about my upbringing, about my addiction, about how I've probably got into addiction and alcoholism and stuff like that to nowadays of getting sober and trying to get sober and stuff. And the EP's actually called The Long Way Home. And it's sort of this sort of mad journey of trying to get myself back home. And I'm only starting to sort of get there. Do you know what I mean? And I've just had a baby boy on Christmas Eve.
Oh, mate.
And
you're going to make me cry,
yeah,
mate.
no, it's mad because it's like when I tell you it's
Christmas Eve as well, you must have been like...
It's the gift that keeps on giving, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's so mad to say because I've actually struggled so much that I've known I've had this talent. Like, not being big-headed or anything. If anyone's watching, I'm not some big-headed gloater, but I've always known I've had talent. But just always used it in kitchens or in pub gardens.
Yeah, but listen, you're allowed to call it a talent because it's a unique ability to be able to rhyme words together while telling a story that's relatable and makes sense. Not everyone can do that. But a lot of people rhyme and they rhyme and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to put something like that I stopped. When I watched that, what I think true talent is you stop realizing that you're listening to someone rap and you feel like you're listening to a story.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm tuned into it, right? So you're allowed to say you're talented. More people should say they're talented. But talk to me about let's go back a little bit. I mean, I love the art form, mate, and I want to get into that. But I want to find out who you were. And when you're talking about going back home, are you talking about being that little boy again, or that, or just?
I'm talking about
finding you
from that little boy to sort of going through the whole madness to then sort of finding my own home. Like if you see the artwork for my for this EP, it's basically a young version of me looking out into an estate at me with my own son in my hand.
Oh God!
And I've made it back some way, somehow. I've made it back, and he's looking out at me as if to sort of say, "Oh, you're home.
Welcome back, Daddy.
Welcome back," sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It. No, I completely.
I was trying to tell a story with the artwork. Like I had a chat with my manager, Albie, man. Big up Albie all the time.
How do I know that name, Albie?
Albie Shush. I don't know. He's
not,
massive.
not
in
from
the
fucking
industry.
Brighton. No.
Yeah.
Is it?
That's my manager.
I know Albie.
Yeah, that's my management, man. Yeah,
yeah.
big him up, man.
Yeah,
like, do you
big
know
man.
what? He's
lovely guy.
such
lovely
a legend.
Guy.
do
He
you know
always
what I'm
looks
saying?
after us when we go down
and
there.
he stuck by me through all the madness. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I can't big him up enough. But yeah, like he said to me, he went, "Nah, that talks to me." That
I get it because just before we go back for you, I get it because recently I done I can't remember what it's called, where they put you under, they kind of hypnotize you, and then they talk, and
Okay.
and you bring up stuff, and she takes, I don't know if it's CBT, I don't know what it is, but I'll have
Not
to.
DMT.
No, I've done that.
Yeah,
I've
same,
done that.
same.
Some
Yeah,
mad
yeah,
shit
same.
happened.
Yeah, same.
I went up levels.
Yeah, nice, naughty.
It's not
Yeah,
that.
better left there, innit, to be fair, yeah.
I saw some mad shit.
Yeah, same.
I like that. Changed me. Actually,
Yeah, I
DMT.
was fucked off of that. There was the floor anyway.
so
yeah.
it's still interesting.
Yeah, no, the floor was going fucking. I felt like I was swimming in the floor. I'd done it with one of my mates, and I felt like I'd fucking pissed myself at one stage and that. And I was looking. Then apparently I was looking at my mate. And my mate was looking at me, and obviously he had done a bit as well. And apparently I was turning into a devil, and he was like, "What the fuck's going on?" It's mental.
Mental.
Yeah, I leave that stuff.
Yeah,
where it's
yeah,
at,
yeah.
Mate, do you know what I mean?
I went into another dimension. I went out of the fucking world. I was seeing all these signs.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, it's mad.
what was I talking about? Yeah, no, this like it was like hypnotherapy, right? And
Okay.
basically they do that in it. Cognitive stuff. Someone will
CBT,
write it.
yeah.
Someone will write it in here. And
Cognitive behavioural therapy.
maybe, yeah. And
yeah.
I'll get the woman's name and that and put it in. But that it was all about me seeing myself as a little boy.
Wow.
And she done all of this stuff. That's why that really related to me when you said that. She's like looking at myself as a little boy in the environment I grew up in. Right, I come from quite a volatile mum and dad relationship. You know, they used to fight, and my dad wasn't great, and they broke up. But seeing myself as that scared boy, you know, and then going through life like that.
Yeah.
And then imagining me in my life now as that boy, because he's still in there, right?
Yeah, it's mad.
It's still in there.
Yeah, it's mad.
And how that scared boy is still scared of everything.
Yeah.
And then uses the drugs. So I get it. You're that little boy coming back to your home, but being there for your boy.
Yeah, it's mad. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's weird how I sort of, and for anyone that has listened to it or is going to listen to it, the story I tell like is literally from being born to where I am.
Well, tell us a bit about that now.
So, well, I was born in southeast London, Lewisham Hospital. Born to my mum and dad. We lived in a little gaff in Blackheath. There's little bits and bobs that I sort of, well, I can't remember obviously baby stuff and that, but my sisters and people had told me that mum and dad used to like a drink and stuff like that. And then I don't think my mum and dad lasted really too long because I'd sort of moved within a couple of years to another sort of shithole estate round the corner with my mum and my two sisters.
Yeah.
Then sort of like my mum, I think, sort of like loved a party. Do you know what I mean? And
Is your mum still around?
no, she's dead. She died of like became an heroin addict and stuff like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, man.
And she had sort of like run away from us to, obviously I kind of respect her for it in a way because she didn't probably wanted it round us. She's probably running from God knows what, do you know what I mean, of just how bad it had got, do you know what I mean, and sort of left me to my nan and my two sisters to sort of like pick up the pieces. At that time, I think like a couple years on or whatever, the maddest thing is about my mum, and I say this to people a lot, I don't really remember too much about her. I've got a few pictures. I don't know how she sounds. This is the weird one that I say to some people, like, I'd love to know.
You can't remember her voice.
No. And
That's
back
crazy.
then, there weren't, like, videos and that of now what you've got. Do you know
So
what I mean?
how old were you when you last saw her?
Ooh, when I last saw her, well, she died in 2001. She died in 2001, but a few years before that, she had sort of, like, moved and just been sort of like, I don't know, on the
How
streets.
old would you? How old was you?
I think I was 10 or 11 when she died. So I was probably about 7, 8-ish.
I think a lot of it, your brain's blocked it out.
Probably.
Have you done therapy and counselling?
I've tried it.
Yeah.
Didn't really. But when I'm doing this counselling and I've done this therapy, I was still in and out of addiction.
Okay. Yeah, it's a different
So
level.
I wasn't how I am now. I wasn't on the ball as much.
You wasn't open to...
No.
Yeah.
I'm open. Don't get me wrong. Like, I've never been, like, as I say, like in my music, like you see, like the video you've just seen, I've never sort of been open and honest like that before in my music. Do you know what I mean? Like the music I used to, like, obviously when I said about being called Rago and the other rap that I used to do, it was more like street rap sort of.
Nonsense, kind of.
Not nonsense, not. It was like pain rap, sort of, but pain street, sort of
Yeah, sorry.
trappy, sort of
I
like.
didn't mean to be rude.
No,
but
no, no, I know what you mean.
Sometimes you hear stuff and it's like,
No,
yeah,
I
I
know
don't
what you
get
mean.
it.
No,
'Cause
it
maybe
all-
it's because it's not my life, but you know when they're just, it's like drugs, guns.
Not guns, but at the time I was probably at it.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean? Serving up and.
So
not-
it was about like external pain around you, not internal pain.
Yeah.
I got it.
And getting on it and that in that type of rap was frowned upon. So I couldn't really talk about maybe suffering through addiction or suffering through this. But yeah, it just. So anyway, my mum, she had passed and stuff, and then obviously my dad was sort of like in addiction himself. He's clean now, but he was battling whatever he was battling. We have a good relationship nowadays, man. Big up my dad.
That's brilliant that he's clean.
Yeah.
What does he
We're quite
do?
alike. It's mad that, like, whenever we meet up, or do you know what I mean? Like, he comes and sees the baby now and then, and do you know what I mean?
That's lovely.
We've always sort of been not distant as such, but
Like pals, not like father and
he
son.
kind of got the ump because anytime I'd go and knock on his door and stuff like that, I'd always be out my nut and needed somewhere to get my head down, or do you know what I mean?
So you was ag for a while for him.
Ag. And a lot of, like, I probably say it, like, a lot of my family probably wasn't really proud of me at these times, because all I was just someone that was just getting on it and just causing mayhem. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And probably just hurting people, probably seeing it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's just.
But that's good that relationship is nice now. He's sober. What does he do? Is he grafting still?
Oh, my old man,
Yeah.
he works for the council and that, man.
Does
He's
he?
he's a funny fucker, to be fair. Like,
Yeah.
he's got quite a good bit of humour.
That's probably. Do you know what it is?
He has a little beer now and then.
Yeah,
But beer wasn't his problem.
Yeah, cool.
Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he has a beer and that, and
But that's good.
sometimes one too many and that. But he's always up and going to work and does what he
Yeah.
does, and he always checks in now and then. And do you know what I mean? He's just obviously I'm a big boy now. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to wipe me arse and that. Do you know what I'm saying?
But it gives you. Don't you think it gives you? And sorry to go off course here, but I recently had a son as well for the first time.
Congratulations, mate.
Thank you very much, man. It's something else, isn't it?
It is, mate.
Yeah.
It is. It's weird.
I had three. I'm not saying it's not having daughters. I got 3 daughters, and then
Oh,
I had a
wow.
boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we ain't got a TV. We're just at it. You know.
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
But,
yeah.
No, but you know what I mean. It's jokes. It's comedy.
Yeah.
Funny
yeah.
gets the funny.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. No, my missus hates my jokes, but no, 3 girls, and then had the boy, and my father passed away 2016, 17.
Sorry that, mate.
And but it made me think of my dad when I had my baby boy. It suddenly gives you the perspective of, oh shit, I get what my old man's been through.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And you know what? It's funny you say that, because right now it's like I need to lock in, because do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't want my son growing up maybe, do you know what I mean? Like sometimes like when I was a lot younger and that, I probably used to get annoyed at my dad, do you know what I mean? And obviously when he was in a bad place and stuff like that, do you know what I mean? I was young still, but I was old enough to know what's sort of going on.
That he was a bit fucked.
Huh?
Like, you know, you're looking at your dad going, he's a bit fucked.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on here? Do you know what I mean? But when I was young, it's just, it was mad, because it was weird, because obviously I had my stepmom there as well. And no matter what she was going through, she always tried her hardest to do stuff with me and take me up the caravan to have a good time. And do you know what I mean? She actually tried her hardest and was sort of like helping my old man to try and like, fucking hell, come on, mate, we've got to do something with the kid this weekend. Do you know what I mean? And sometimes, it was a mad little.
But it gives you like you're looking going, right, so I love my dad now. I understand what he was going through, but I want better for my son.
Yeah. I don't want my son growing up and, like my missus said it to me the other day, you don't want him growing up thinking, oh, where's dad again? Do you know what I mean? Like, what's he doing? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out on a bender and embarrassing myself, and because that's where it got to. Like, it's mad to say that when I was doing my other rap back in the day, I used to do loads of videos like SBTVs, Link Up TVs. That, like me and my good pal Matty, we were so close to sort of stardom and getting signed and stuff like that. But it was just me battling, thinking that the partying was more important than carrying on this music. Do you know what I mean? And then sort of like falling out with them sort of close mates that actually really wanted to help me, to then ending up like, and I was quite a popular person them days, to then a few years later, after falling out with all of my real pals, to then sort of like going from the most popularist person to people fucking walking out of boozers thinking, oh, there's Rags has turned up, mate. I ain't fucking sitting around him. He's a jar. You know what I mean? No. He's fucking, or I'm walking in there fucking smelling because I ain't changed me clothes in 3-4 days and that. Do you know what I mean? Sad. It's mad how it can, in a year, 2 years, do you know what I mean? Mental health, I'm being sectioned. I've been sectioned twice, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Like I started getting psychosis, and this is what people don't know. People just probably see me and think, he's just a pisshead. But there was loads of things going on.
Talk to me about that. I've never spoken to anyone about that.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just started suffering with psychosis. I was self-harming at the time, and
so
go on.
So sorry, this is during cocaine binges?
Yeah, and this was only probably about 5-6 years ago. So I gave up on myself, and yeah, it's weird to even say this stuff out loud because I ain't really spoke about it. But yeah, I sort of gave up on myself. I didn't like myself one bit. I was just sort of hanging on by a thread with life, thinking, fuck it, this is me now. Do you know what I mean? I sort of gave up. The music was out of the fucking question. I was knocking around with waif and strays. I was walking the streets. Like, it's mad to say. This is why I say to anyone out there that's struggling, man, you can turn it around within a sort of time frame. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, literally about a year, 2 years ago, I was walking the streets, mate, losing the plot, talking to myself. People were walking out of places whenever I walked in. I was barred from every fucking pub in a 5 mile radius. Do you know what I mean? And whenever I would see like old mates, they'd look at me like, Rags, man, what the fuck? They'd sort of get so annoyed in front of me. Do you know what I mean? That I'd leave. Do you know what I mean? And
what do you mean?
Like, they just get so aggy of
like,
just what I've become. Just what I've become, Dan.
That's
like, how can you go from that fella there and also have that talent? Because they had seen the music before, sort of get the catch and get the bite. And so then, who are you now? No one even knows who you are.
That's tough.
Do you know what I mean? And I sort of just gave up. When people started doing that to me, I just thought, fucking hell, this is embarrassing.
So this is me, fuck it.
This is me. Fuck it, who's got a drink? And I'm about still trying to swindle drinks and parties off of people from old music, and you know them ones there. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, oh, look, I'll get a video up and that. Like, you know, proper has been.
Yeah, bad.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I know what you mean.
I sort of became that.
Trying to live off that.
Trying to live off
like it's gone.
Yeah.
And you didn't even know you had more in you. Better, bigger.
No,
yeah,
this is what I'm saying. But this is why I try and tell people, if anyone's listening, like who's struggling out there and is on their way to give up, don't give up, because you don't know what's round the corner. Like right now, I feel like I'm really finding myself again.
Better.
Yeah.
Better.
Like, and I feel like I'm on point. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. I've had my little like blips, and do you know what I mean? And then my head goes, and do you know what I'm saying? Like, to be fair, you see my missus helps a lot.
It sounds like she's a little bit like more than just the missus, like she advising you on content and shit as well.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. No, you don't know.
My mind's like that.
See my videos?
Yeah.
Like, people don't even know this. You see my videos. My missus does all my videos.
No way.
Yeah, so all my content and stuff like that, my missus, you don't understand
that's gold dust.
What she puts in.
That's gold dust.
Do you know what I mean?
I mean, my missus is, she's great. Like, if I ask her for ideas, what do you think of this? What do you think of that? But also, I'll tell you where and this is brilliant, because it sounds like where your missus, like, even you were saying that what's happening, girl, right? You sent it to her, mugging her off, and later,
kind of.
And later on, she's like, but you know what? That could work.
This is the mad thing about her, because it's like, it's a thing of, she thought about it, and then we'd been, because this is when TikTok was sort of, the maddest thing is, the year before that, I went viral.
Oh, really?
So I went viral the year before that. I was out of my nut in a golf course with a couple of my pals, yeah? Anyway, a couple of my pals have left. They want to call it a day. I'm like, fuck that, I'm cracking on. As I'm walking out the golf course, I've seen a couple of boys over there playing music out their car. Now, I am murder. As soon as I have a packet and a drink and that,
I've seen this video.
I want to...
I've seen it.
Yeah.
You go over and just start fucking doing bars.
And I'm in like a rugby top.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Anyway,
Everyone thinks that you're like a posh rugby boy.
Sort of. Anyway, cut a long story short, I'm on the missing from my missus. Anyway, this is back when I was proper struggling. Me and her were having murders. And then fucking, they videoed it. Little do I know, I've had my phone off. Do you know what I mean? This is the bad thing that I do. I turn my phone off and shit like that. Anyway, little do I know that when I've sort of like, she's got hold of me, she's like, oi, you cunt. She's like, you're fucking going viral. I went, what? Because I just thought that they were videoing me, ain't going to go nowhere. Do you know what I mean? One of them's put, this guy come to beg a freestyle or something. And then someone else took the video and put the new UK Slim Shady. Because tell a lie, as out of my nut I was, you want to see me, my fingers are going, I was like a pianist, I was fucking rapping and all of that. But the fucking lyrics were bang on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I wish we could find that. James, can you, I don't know, what would it be under?
So if you go on TikTok.
Yeah, and puts the UK Slim Shady.
No, go on TikTok. I think it was on my mate's V Millie, VIMILLIE. Go on there and it's like, it's pinned at the top of his...
He found it and pinned it and all that, yeah.
So, mate, it got 2.2 million views.
Oh, man.
There it is.
No,
there he ain't.
Look how quick he is. Oh.
Look. Sweded.
Oh, mate. Was you high, yeah?
Oh, hi. I was out of me Swede.
Oh, sniffed up.
Yeah, mate, embarrassed. Look how pale I am. Look, I look like a fucking ghost. But the maddest thing is, look, if you can scroll up on the comments, some people are taking a piss.
Yeah.
Look, even down there, why do people think Rago is new?
Yeah.
That Liam Gallagher bar is actually slept on fire.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah.
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? There's loads of sort of like, look at me, man. Yeah, I was having it. Like, in my own head, I'm thinking, yeah, this is going off, but I'm at me nut.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And it is a car park
But
there.
the maddest thing is, even like people like I'm Just Bait put it up. Grime Daily put it up.
Oh, like it's a... Yeah.
No, it went mental, Dan. It went mad.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, I mean, look at that, man. 400,000 fucking likes.
This is what I mean. And that was the year before what's happening.
Right, okay.
So my missus sort of knew about that and thought, all right, so you've been trying to put other music up, ain't really catching a bite. But you see that silly little video that you done to me, why don't you put that up?
Yeah, because it's silly.
And mate, that was it.
Yeah.
And I came back with a new name, Rags to Go. Like, it was all... I mean, people didn't know... Like, people know me as Rago from before with the other music. But...
Rags to Goat is nice because it's like, it's a little bit not so harsh.
Not so
TikTok.
harsh.
Yeah.
And it was like, I sometimes do class myself as a goat in the music game.
You're,
do you know what I
you're
mean?
allowed.
Like,
yeah.
So, and it's cheeky.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Who's he think he is calling himself the goat?
Yeah.
And have a little listen if you want. Do you know what I mean?
But so let's go back. So you're growing up, okay. I think it's safe to say that you've had a traumatic childhood, mate. Very much so. I mean, we downplay things ourselves, but you've had a traumatic childhood, right? You're probably I don't want to get too deep, but dealing with your own abandonment issues, identity issues growing up.
Yeah.
When did you discover drugs and drink?
Oof. Well, I left school, done my GCSEs, done all of that. Was a bit naughty in school.
Bit of weed smoking or nothing through school?
Nah.
See, that's mad. I was.
Do you know why though? I'll tell you why. So, basically, growing up, my sisters ended up becoming my legal guardians.
Right.
And obviously, I got both of my sisters. Both done really well bringing me up. Do you know what I mean? And like, they sort of was trying their hardest to bring me up in the best sort of way. Do you know what I mean? And one of them was more onto me than the other one. One was more like a sister loving and lets you get away with a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And then my other sister, Rachel, God bless her soul, she passed away in 2016.
Oh, sorry, mate.
Yeah, she sort of, and she had a fella at the time basically like my brother-in-law at the time, Paul, he done so much like sort of not disciplining me in like sort of thing, but he sort of spoke to me like a man from when I was a kid and just tried to steer me in the right way. Do you know what I mean? And
so there was that positive influence around you.
There was.
That said, like,
he got me into the music. So I used to go to his studios when I was a proper young kid.
Wow.
And I sort of was around rap music sort of my whole childhood. And yeah, and then sort of like, I think it was like, I can't really remember the age, but my sister Rachel and Paul moved up to Kent. And I stayed in southeast London with Yvette, my sister. And big up Yvette, man, she tried her hardest, but I just sort of started rebelling. I was getting nicked all the time. I was up to no good.
What's that, fighting and nicking or?
Yeah, just that choring all the time and
vandalism and shit, all the dumb stuff.
Yeah, but I was going to prison at 18.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I was getting nicked for like multiple high value thefts and nicking
serious?
cars, and then I got done for intent to supply class A. I think I got 18 months or 12 months in a young offenders. I went from Feltham up to Portland and stuff like that. But it was just, I don't know. I just sort of started hanging around with the older lot.
But just, yeah. Like,
sorry, I've sort of fast forwarded a little bit.
That's all right. I get told off in the comments of YouTube when I do this. Like I stop and rewind, but it's because I get so interested in just the little details, because I understand the impact they have on us later on, and I'm trying to work out where your identity sits throughout this. So when you started going into young offenders, and then did you say you went into older Nick as well?
Yeah, I've been in older Nicks like throughout my life.
How was your behaviour in there? Who were you then? Were you like putting it on people?
No, I've never been
Jack,
that.
No, but you're just Jack the lad. Everyone
Just
likes you.
sort of, yeah. I'm very likable.
Yeah.
I'm sort of like, I've always been accepted into like
your banter will get you through.
Yeah, and I've been around like many sort of like, how do I explain it, like cultures and communities and stuff like that. Like any of sort of like my geezer mates, I'm accepted. Any of sort of like the man them, do you know what I mean, accept me, do you know what I'm saying? Even like down to my traveller mates and stuff like that, I'm accepted, do you know what I mean? And it was like
common courtesy, decency, banter.
Just decency, banter. I'm a bit of a laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a fucking pest when I'm on one, though. Do you know what I mean?
I can imagine in the kitchen, it's like, wait, listen to this one.
Oh, bruv, listen, it's bad.
Yeah,
No, it's bad.
I was the same. I was an arm tapper. Hey, listen.
Mate, I'm bad, man. Well,
Yeah.
I was bad. Do you know what I mean? And it was basically what I was, Dan. I was the entertainment for the night.
Yeah. Me too.
You know what I mean? And
or we thought we was.
Yeah. And as you see on that video on TikTok, I just carry that entertainment around with me. And sometimes I think I sort of feel like it gets me accepted sometimes when I'm out of my nut. That was quite a lonely place I was in there. You see, like, we're in that video, I was out on benders. I weren't my normal self. Do you know what I mean? And I've sort of gone up to these people, probably thinking, look, I'll rap to them. They might
let me hang around with them for a bit.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
That's sad, isn't it?
It is sad. Bruv, it's sad. Because really and truly, I am one of the boys, but I'm not there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm one of the boys, but you're not, Rags.
No, I know what you mean.
You're not there, mate. Do you know what I mean? You are half begging it there. You're half kind of like, why not? Do you know what I mean? It is sad.
Yeah.
It is sad.
But it's the reality, right? The party's stopped, but it ain't for you. Everyone else is going, mate.
Yeah. Like my pals had left me by then. They've got things to do. And I'm like, oh, fuck it. And then I've gone, hold up. I know, I'll try and hang around with these lot for half hour. Little did I know, I'm going viral the fucking next couple of hours. My missus going mad.
Wondering where you are and you're in a car park.
Oh,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Playing the piano, rapping. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking out of... Oh, mate. It's like sitting at a Madame Tussauds.
I couldn't stand seeing videos of me with my mates. You know, I can always see, like, back in the day, people... Do you know what? On Instagram, and because I was fucking on the sesh hard for years, but I was out. Yeah. And people were coming for selfies and all that when I was on Vine and everything was going. When all the big videos were popping off early on, people used to think I was stoned, right? Because I was so off me nut and so paranoid that I used to close my eyes a little bit because I knew I was like that.
Yeah.
So in all the pictures, I'm going like that, like trying to close my eyes. And when I see him, I'm like,
so you ain't looking so wired.
Yeah, and when I look back to that, so I know what you mean. You see it and you cringe. So prison was not too much of a painful experience for you. You just got through that.
No, I've met loads of people along the way. I found out from going sort of like to young offenders and that I sort of mastered my craft of rapping in there.
Right.
And that's when people started going, do you know what? Hey, you're actually hard, you know? You're actually quite good, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then sort of come out. I'd done my rago thing with my pal Matty, and it was going so well. And then obviously we just ended up falling out because I was a mess. Do you know what I mean? And
Are you still pals with him now?
yeah,
Oh.
man. Big him up, man. He done so much for me. Like, he done so much for me, but there's only so much you can do for someone that doesn't want to help themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And when did it start going really downhill then? What do you think the tipping point was for you where it turned from the sesh to...
I would say, I don't know. I think it was just spiraling. Then I lost my sister.
That's hard.
I don't want to say it was because of that I started spiraling.
Because that makes it sound like...
Yeah, like, oh, it's an excuse. Yeah. No, it's not. It wasn't because of my sister. I was spiraling anyway, but that just sort of added to what the fuck's going on. I used to sometimes think to myself, like, why? Ooh. Do you know what I mean? Like, my sister was fit as a fiddle, was going to the gym, worked. Do you know what I mean? Didn't take no drugs or anything like that at the time or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It was a brain aneurysm.
It's not fair, is it, mate?
Left 3 beautiful kids like my nieces and my nephew and that. Do you know what I mean? And even down to over like the course of after the years of I should have been there for them kids as well. Do you know what I mean? And I wasn't the uncle that I should have been. And that sort of eats me up a little bit. We're on terms now. I speak to them quite a lot now. Do you know what I mean? And I'm trying to make up for what I wasn't around for.
How old are they now?
I think Sky's like 18. I think
So
Eden's
they're
probably
so
like 15, 16.
So
yeah.
there's
And Cam, I think's like
there's lots
11,
of time still to make.
I don't even know the. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, but
I
we don't. Men don't.
But it's like I'm really trying to make an effort now. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I've lost so many years.
Yeah.
Even seeing them grow up, like, and they're absolutely smashing it.
Yeah.
Like, Paul's done a massive job with them being their dad, and
you still talk to Paul?
yeah. Do you know what it is? He's a realist. So whenever I'm off the rails,
You talk to him. He gives you hard love.
no, he doesn't want to know.
Oh.
But who would? Like,
Oh.
he's a realist. He's probably got a little bit of love for me like that, where it's like, mate, I don't really want to be around you when you're like that. I don't like seeing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you know what I mean? But then I went to go and see him the other day, and it was nice to just sit down, sober, have been sober, sit down, have a chat, talking about music and that. He's given me a few pointers, as he does. Do you know what I mean? And we're sitting down, and it was just mad to be able to sit down with him normally. And I used to sometimes, when I was sitting down with him, feel some type of way because I know that I'm a mess. And I know that he knows.
So embarrassed a little
Yeah,
bit.
man, I was always embarrassed.
Inadequate.
I was embarrassed around a lot of people, Dan.
Yeah.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? Like, even sitting down here talking to you, like in front of the camera when I'm rapping, I put on a persona still to this day. Do you know what I mean? And I find it easy to rap to people, but I think I've been so embarrassed over the last God knows how many years of just being caught up in addiction. I still get that sort of like, trying to talk to you now, like not embarrassed sort of feeling, but you know, like that sort of, I don't know, it's like a shy sort of, not shy, but
It's called shame.
shame.
Yeah.
It's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's like fucking hell. Do you know what I mean? And even down to the other, sorry to
Go
keep
on.
babbling, I'm a babbler, but
I love that.
even down to, it's mad seeing like my favourite rappers commenting on my stuff now. Yeah.
Like who? Who have you seen?
Well, fuck it. I had Nines comment on my stuff the other day.
Wow.
Jammer BBK commented on my stuff. Who else? Just loads of like.
Do you know what? Do you know why that's so? Why I know that is so important to you and so good to you, because social media blows up. So many different people doing rap and stuff like that. They see this shit everywhere. So for them to notice you and see the talent and go, like, they know what's what's real, don't they?
Yeah.
So,
and it kind of makes me feel a bit more accepted.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, because I think that we struggle as addicts. We struggle with who we are.
Yeah.
And even rapping for you, you'll probably be like, can I?
Yeah.
Dude, we're like that. I mean, you know you can. You know you've got talent.
No, I know what you
but
mean.
Sometimes
I know what you mean.
It's the same with me with comedy, mate. Every day I'm like, oh, I'm still funny. Like,
Yeah.
it's fucking weird.
No, you always are, man.
My man. But what was I going to say to you? Just like, I can tell that really hurt you, your sister, right?
Yeah, it did. And do you know what? That was it was sort of like my go-to place, like their little place up there where I just got along with Paul so much. Do you know what I mean? And things we would talk about, and do you know what I mean? And my sister would, do you know what I mean? Not wait on me hand and foot, but always be like, what do you want? Do you want something? Do you want something
It
to
was
eat?
home.
It was home.
Yeah.
It was home. And yeah, and then I sort of like, when I lost my sister, I had the chance, like Paul actually brought me back in, sort of like accepted I was in a bad place, said, come and stay with us for a bit.
We'll all get through this together.
We'll all get through this together. And I was just sort of
Yeah,
edging myself back to the madness. And it's sad because I should have stayed. I should have stayed, man.
Yeah, but listen, you can't blame yourself because everyone deals with grief and whatever differently. And I think, although like I was saying to my wife, like I on the podcast, I was saying, because talking about addiction in front of my wife, she doesn't really watch the podcast or anything like that because it's so raw. Because I put her through so much shit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. My missus is exactly the same.
Yeah, I've got to be careful how I talk about things. Right?
My missus says the same thing, bro.
And I'm very out of respect for her. I really try to never frame it in.
Glorify it.
Yeah.
My missus says, please don't glorify it.
But also not too much like I didn't have a choice, you know. It was just an illness. It consumed me. It's addiction. I like to try and validate what I put her through by saying I was selfish. I was out of order.
No, and I say it in that song. Do you know what I mean? It's
but there's, I believe addiction comes to us really heavily. Like I believe that people like me and you, Rags, we struggle to cope with our emotions.
Yeah.
Right? We struggle to cope with life.
Yeah.
So when life's not on our terms, when it's going out of the way, we like to escape it, right?
Yeah, a bit massively.
And I believe a similar thing probably happened to you that happened with me, with my father, where with your sister and my father, was when I was drinking at the weekends and when shit wasn't going right in my life, I was getting on it a little bit too much.
Yep.
And then something big happens that you lean into your escapism, which is drinking drugs hard.
Yeah, hard.
And then it just goes.
Yep. And that's exactly
escalates.
what happened to me,
Yeah.
because that's when I started sort of like when I say these benders that I was going on, I was making myself really not well, like physically, mentally.
Yeah, so what were they? Were they like hallucinations? Nah.
What
when you were saying that like you was having like mental health issues and you were what did you say?
Like, so basically
psychosis. What?
Yeah,
like,
so psychosis was the harming myself, was going on top of buildings and wanting to throw myself off, and police barricading off the this is what was happening. This is where it
that
led
happened.
to.
That
Yeah, and
happened.
I was getting handcuffed to hospital beds, and they took me to a place called, I think it was Oxley's in Woolwich, which is like a mental, not a mental, I shouldn't say mental home. I should say, what do they call them? Institutions, anyway.
Yeah.
It was like a place where you go there and get tried on, and not tried on, but tested sort of thing. And they's like got big glass screens and stuff like that. But by then I'm sobering up.
So you're getting back to normal.
I'm normal again, and then they let me go.
Yeah. So you're having like this. You're having like basically the fucking. Do you know? Have you ever heard of cocoethylene?
Yeah, it's alcohol, and
yeah,
I think that's what was happening.
Yeah, and it causes like a fight or flight fucking delirium.
Yeah, and I think it was the sleep deprivation of staying up.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything was just rolling up into one. I weren't happy with life. I just weren't happy in myself. Do you know what I mean?
Completely depleted of fucking.
I was flattened.
Yeah.
Flattened.
So what happened then? So you start sobering up and they go, he's all right, and let you out.
Yeah. Then they what's the gaff called, man? It's not Broadmoor, it's the other one. It's opposite. It's in like where is it? It's near Peckham. It's basically like another institution sort of thing, but I can't remember the name of it. It's opposite a hospital. Anyway, it's gone. But they sent me there. And they said, is this drug and alcohol induced psychosis? And I said, yeah. They said, you're in the wrong place, mate. Do you know what I mean? So all of that sort of psychosis from drugs and alcohol, it's very hard to sort of get yourself somewhere.
Yeah. So what? How did they help you?
They literally just give me sort of like pamphlets and that to go to this place, or numbers to go to that place.
So by that time you're sobering up and you're like,
by that time I'm sobering up, and then as I'm sobering up, it's like, oh, I fancy it again. It's mad to say.
Yeah.
It's really mad that I can be handcuffed to a hospital on Monday, be in a fucking institution, sort of like them testing me on a Tuesday, and then Friday be back in a fucking boozer with a load of strangers talking shit again.
Fucking addiction, man.
Do you know what I mean? And then I'm sort of like, why wouldn't I think to myself,
I got a problem.
mate, Monday I was just in a gaff, fucking handcuffed to a thing, trying to sort of like thinking I'm going to jump off a roof.
Yeah, it's
And
mental.
think, do you know what? Wait, I can't wait to go back to that gaff. I'm going out tonight.
Oh,
That's
mate.
that's sort of like, you might as well say it like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's true. It's true.
It's horrible, mate. And do you know what? It's horrible now being sort of sober that people are out there living this life. And it's fucking horrible, man. Do you know what I mean?
I think that video that we watched, although we've laughed about it, it's very poignant, isn't it? Because there's lads all over the country that are chatting nonsense. I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't work out in my life if I was coming to an age where, like, basically, I got kicked out and my missus and all that.
Yeah,
and
I've had
all of that
as well.
stuff. I couldn't see the kids.
I'm literally on my last
yeah.
legs with my
How sober are you now?
So basically I think I got seven or 8 months sober, had a little blip, do you know what I mean? Just one night. It's still a relapse, do you know what I mean? But it's mad because on this relapse, something was telling me, don't go down to your old area, because that's when I carry it on, and I don't know, I sort of get around people that, do you know what I mean? I'm going to carry it on for another week or something like that. So I sort of like was just walking around on my own. It was sad. I was walking around on my own.
Wait. Let me go back. So you went rehab?
Yeah.
Where?
In Liverpool.
How long for?
3 months.
And how was that?
That was all right. It was...
Do you work out a lot about yourself there?
I worked out a lot. I told my life story. You have to give your life story.
Yeah.
But one thing I say about rehab, it's only the start of the work.
Yeah.
Because it's when you come... Remember, you got to leave that place. Remember, you are sort of like in a prison of sobriety.
Yeah.
Everyone's sober there. Everyone's telling you about sobriety. Everyone's, do you know what I mean? Everyone's looking after you there.
It's fairly easier. It's easier.
It is easier. Do you know what I mean? I didn't even, and my missus was the same. My missus is quite to the point. She said, well, you can't really sort of class that as sobriety, that they're 3 months there. Do you know what I mean? And I thought to myself, it's true, because you're in you're cuddled in sobriety up there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So when I left was when the real work started. And I think it was like 2 or 3 months after rehab, I relapsed.
And can you remember that day? What was going through your head? Why? What triggered you, or what happened?
I don't know. It's weird.
What
I
were
try
you
and
doing?
explain to my missus.
What were you doing that day?
I can't remember that day.
What do you think you were doing? Were you working? Were you?
I was probably just a normal day. This is the weirdest thing about it when it happens. They're always normal days. They're always days that I don't wake up and think I want to drink or I want to get on it. It's just...
Can you remember the moment? Was it?
No.
Did you wander into a pub or bump into someone, or what was it?
It's weird. I can't... let me try and think.
Isn't it mad how your brain blocks this shit out?
Yeah, because I try and forget about them.
Yeah.
So much.
It's trauma, mate.
Yeah, I try and forget about them because... And the maddest thing is I don't like putting my missus through it. Do you know what I mean? Like, cool, I'd have a relapse. So if I was on my own, I'd have a relapse and da-da-da-da-da. But it's
kicking her down, isn't
it's
it?
kicking her down and how much she does for me. And yeah, man, it's just, it's not nice.
And then you ended up with a bag of gear wandering around on your own.
Yeah, on my own.
That's weird.
On my own.
Why?
On my own. Do you know why? Because there's something in me that tells me to try not to actually tell her like this, that time when I relapsed out of rehab, I went back to my old area. And I think that lasted a good 7 or 8 days, that one.
That wasn't.
Yeah. I was in bits.
That was your first relapse.
I finally had to make my way home. Do you know what I mean? And
that's the tough one, isn't it? Because you're in so deep, you might as well go deeper.
Yeah, man. And it's like, as the days go on, the days go on, you're so fucked that at that precise moment, you're selfish, you don't give a fuck. And then I sort of like start sobering up after that. And all I've got on my mind is like, oh mate, I need to go home now. This is so out of order. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then
Doghouse.
yeah, doghouse. I think there's been times where I've come home, mate, and my missus has, yeah, she's gone, mate. Do you know what I mean? But do you know what it is? She says to me that me getting sober around her, she sees the real me. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, there's only so much she can take.
Yeah.
But lately I've been really trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the last year I've been trying so hard to stay sober. Do you know what I mean? And she actually sees me putting the graft in. And I think that's why she's sort of stuck around. And
that's good, man.
And it's massive that she's had a baby with me and that. Do you know what I mean? So she must.
That's going to be massive for you, though, as well.
Yeah.
Motivation-wise.
And it's just, you know what? It's like there's only so many sorries you can say, and I just have to now sort of show it with actions.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know what I mean? I can't just keep fucking up and coming home and going, I'm so sorry, I don't mean it. Like, do you know what I mean? There's only so much I can say that. Even to myself.
Yeah, because it's bullshit.
To myself. I'm not even enjoying it, Dan.
No, I know.
Who enjoys? It's not even like I'm relapsing, I'm meeting up with 10 of my old pals, we're all having a right old laugh, we're all getting on it, I'm not. I'm sitting in pubs on my own. I'm sitting in pubs on my own, phones off. I've got, do you know what I mean? I'm buying people drinks because I want to try and make mates with them and try and knock about with someone. Who wants to knock about with fucking strangers? Like, what do you talk about?
Well, you can make shit up and they don't know you. All that bollocks.
Oh, it's just muggy, man. And yeah, that's where it takes me nowadays. And I'm just not, I just don't enjoy. I weren't enjoying it years ago like I'm fucking enjoying it now.
So you had, yeah, I mean, I've completely fucking, it icks me out a little bit because the glamour's gone from it, you know what I mean? But you come out of rehab, you have your relapse, you've had a couple more relapses since then, some stuff's happened. Your last one, you're walking around on your own. How long ago was that? How long are you clean now?
Probably about coming up to a month or something.
So it's so recent, mate.
Yeah.
But you've got it in you, right?
Yeah.
You've got the time
and the
in
maddest
you.
thing is I've put my EP out to try and help everyone. And this is what I try and say. It's like, it's only round the corner of relapse. You know what I mean? It's like, you've got to be so careful, man. I don't know, I was just struggling at the time and I didn't open up to no one.
And that's what I was going to say to you.
I was home by, not that I'm sugarcoating it or anything, do you know what I mean? But I didn't go out on no bender. I literally went out for the day and then I was home early hours, do you know what I mean? But I still don't sugarcoat it. I'm still a cunt, do you know what I mean, for doing what I've done. But yeah, my missus wasn't happy, do you know what I'm saying? But
did you get back and say, look, this is what's happened, I'm off me nut?
No, I just sort of like came home with my towel between my legs and just said, look, I don't know what's happened. I sat down. I'm not going to explain like what I say to my missus, but I sat down and had a deep chat with her. The moral of the story is I need to be more open when I'm having these sort of urges or I'm having these feelings. Do you know what I mean?
Do you? I mean, this is something that I do now, because like I don't. Sometimes I feel guilty when people reach out to me for help because I'm 3 years sober.
It's massive.
It does feel big, but I have dark thoughts all the time. Yeah, and like I've struggled hard. I'm going through. I don't know what I'm going through at the moment, but I'm going through like angry moments, like when life's so good,
where you ain't got that release.
Yeah, and I always the thing is, I used to love the social aspect of drinking. I loved it, and I miss that with my friends. But I don't even think about that anymore. When I think about it, I think about bags and bags of coke and just disappearing, right?
Yeah.
But I shut it down by text.
Yeah,
like, I'm not even saying like sponsors or anything like that. Like my work, like I've got people that I work with, my pals, like my missus.
Yeah.
Like,
That's the main one for me.
Yeah, I'll say to her like, yeah, well, I want to get on it, man. I'm thinking about getting on it. I ain't happy, and it's not often. I'm not gonna lie and say that it's every day. It's not. But when it comes, the first thing I make sure I do is say it out loud.
Yeah,
say it to someone.
And I don't. This is what I didn't do not so long ago. And that's where me and my missus had to have a sit down and basically say, look, like from now on, I really need to start being more vocal about how I'm feeling. Because I think sometimes it just eats me up, and
Well, I think
it might have been eating me up for a week then.
yeah,
And
you didn't know, but also a massive I've done so much work into like triggers, right? I got sober on this podcast like 3 years ago. I started this podcast when I was 50 days.
okay.
And instead of like doing the meetings and that, I've done a podcast every week, and I interviewed like experts, authors, scientists, everything about
I
addiction.
learned a lot through the
learned a lot about it. And what I was desperate to learn, right, is like when I write I know how my mind works in some ways. Like when I write comedy, like so I'm like, I see something, I'm like, that's funny. And then I go, right, how can I show that to people in a sketch? Right? So I had one the other day where my daughter was fucking picking up, getting a biscuit, and then going like that because she liked the dog coming over to her, and then the dog was eating it, and then she's crying her eyes out. And then she's asking for another biscuit, right? So I'm like looking at it going, this is fucking dumb, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny. And it's pissing me off. But so many parents will relate to this. So then my mind, I literally kick my mind into gear. I go, come on, think, man, what's it? So I have an element of control in my mind.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to learn why my mind starts controlling me, right? So why, when I know that it's the wrong thing to do, why I'm going out on the sesh?
Oh no.
Why am I thinking about packet? Why? A big one for me was why when I drink, I'm like, let's go. I'm not like, boom, cut the drinks. Or even like a cheeky bump, and then like, do you know what? Fuck this. I want my Saturday.
Yeah. No, mine's just all out.
Yeah. Why? Like, I wanted to know why. Why is it? As soon as I'd have a pint, I'd go shots.
Yep.
Like, should we speed this shit up?
Or you go in and say, I want two doubles. That was me. I want two doubles straight away. Bang, bang, bang. I want to get drunk as quick as possible.
Yeah, me too.
And then get on it quick as possible.
What? And I wanted to know why, right? And it's like oblivion, right? But before I could get into why I wanted so much escapism, I wanted to know what fucking triggers this shit, right? And then, and that's where I think the real work come into, like, where I really made progress was working out what was triggering me, right? So a fucking Friday, right? Or an argument with a missus, or a pub garden, or fucking a song, or a smell, right? I'll go, so as soon as I thought about beer or packet or whatever, I'll go, what's made me think that, right? And then I'd think about it really, really fucking hard. I'd go, oh, right. And what that does, right, is it takes the burning, like, curiosity out of it. Because you go, oh, I want a sesh. I want a sesh.
Yeah.
I want a sesh. That don't go away.
No.
It just fucking lingers.
It does.
And what we don't realise is that we think that the thought it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's an impulse.
Yeah.
When actually it's just a
so
thought.
it's almost like you're giving in at a fault.
Yeah, a thought, yeah. It's just a thought. It's an idea. Whereas if you go, where's that idea come from? Straight away, you've turned
Maybe
it...
think about the fault more.
Yeah, exactly.
Think about the fault more.
Yeah, think about it. Like, really, really think about it.
I'll try and fast forward.
That's
what
a good
I try
one.
and do. I try and fast forward like 24 hours, 48 hours if I picked up now, if I've drunk a beer now.
Yeah, how are you going to feel?
But then...
Walking back into your house.
Yeah, that's a massive one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's like... I don't know. I'm just flattened that I've done it.
Yeah, I know exactly how you
like,
feel.
The maddest thing is it's mad because where I had that one not so long ago, and I've had people like in my DMs saying, "Look, your EP." Like I've had quite a few as well saying your EP has helped me so much.
It's added pressure to be sober.
Do you know what I mean? It's sort of added pressure, but it's also guilt. Like I'm fucking telling you a lot about my. Well, to be fair, I'm telling you a lot about my story and I'm trying to get you lot to stay sober off of what I've just released. But then I'm not taking my own advice.
Yeah, but you are an addict, mate. You are an addict. Personally, I don't think when people say relapses is part of the journey, that I don't like that saying.
No, neither do I.
I don't like that saying. But I don't want. But the other thing is, I'm not going to get some shit for this. The other thing is, as soon as someone DMs me and is like, mate, I was a year and I've relapsed. Like if I get them DMs at like fucking 4 o'clock in the morning,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
I straight away try and voice note back or message back, and I'll say like, first off, fuck it, right?
It's happened.
It's happened. Like the drugs have beat you up.
Yep.
There's no point beating yourself up. Back to work. Back to work.
Back to
Let's
drawing
go back
board.
to work.
Back to the
And
drawing
actually, I think after a certain amount, I understand why they say relapse is not part of the journey, but I just don't like that thought because I'm like, it ain't part of my journey. I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I understand why, because slowly it's chipping away at your fucking self-respect. And you're going to come to a point where you go, come on, man, like, fuck me. This how many times?
Yeah.
But I hope, like, how old's your boy?
He's 9 weeks now, I think, coming up to 9 weeks.
So you haven't relapsed since you've had your boy?
Yeah.
That was right at the beginning?
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, yeah?
Sort of, yeah.
No, that's all right. No shame in that. What I'm saying is...
Nah, there is a lot of shame in it.
No, oh, yeah, I know there is.
Do you know what I mean? A lot of guilt, shame.
But what I mean is I'm not shaming you for it.
Yeah,
but I can understand you feel shame and guilt for it. But he's 9 weeks old, mate. It's brand new.
Yeah.
You've got like...
Do you know what it is? It's the whole thing around I vowed not to let him down. Do you know what I mean?
But you haven't.
I think that's why me and my missus sort of had like a massive argument about it. It was because she sort of worried that if I'm doing it now early on, like the ones early on, is this going to carry on? You got to remember, man, I've still got a lot of trust building with my missus. And don't get me wrong, she trusts me like to an extent, but this like she's still worried. She's still very worried of.
How did that make you feel when you sobered up, knowing that?
Oh, mate.
Knowing that you've had the boy.
Don't.
Yeah. All right. So you know that feeling you're feeling now. Oh, mate, you got to fucking live in that. Feel it. That shame. Don't shy away from that because that's what's going to keep you sober.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah. So look, listen, fucking hell, mate. When I think back to Neve and Rue, my first two daughters, them seeing me drunk, them seeing me coming back hungover, them seeing me kick off the next day on a come down, breaks my heart.
Yeah.
Breaks my heart, mate. But also, the only thing that fucking really keeps me from flipping the fuck you switch when life pisses me off is thinking about that. Without that.
And it's mad because these last couple of relapses over like the last year, they're not leading to, not that I'm sugarcoating it once again, I say it, but it's like they're not leading to benders. Do you know what I mean? The last like 1 or 2 times. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's a one sort of like night and then I'm sort of like, there's something in me that tells me you've got to go home. Do you know what I mean?
But that's even more dangerous. Yeah. Because I can feel the addiction in you trying to trick you that it might be all right.
Yeah, it's sickening, isn't it?
It's like you're going just a little bit.
Maybe I'm just trying to sugarcoat because I feel the guilt or whatever, or something else is telling me to fucking, I don't know.
But that's good, Rags. I'm glad you feel bad about it.
I do feel really bad, mate.
I don't mean to be horrible. I'm glad you feel bad about it because if you didn't, you're fucked.
Yeah, you're not well.
You're not well, and you're.
Oh, I was distraught. The next day, I was actually distraught. Like really upset me, to be fair.
But don't dwell on that, and also use it now. You got that in your ammo box.
Yeah.
Remember, that's fucking shitty Rags. That's how you felt. Yeah, that's there.
Selfish, horrible bastard. Yeah.
But listen, I want one thing because we're going to wrap up. One thing I really want to fucking finish on, and I really want to nail down. There's always one moment in each podcast I do that fucking hits me and makes me think. That's what this podcast is about. That's why we had to have this chat.
Yeah.
And that was when you were saying that you were doing your music, you got to a place where people didn't even recognise you and you didn't recognise yourself. And you thought that was it, that was you. And then suddenly there was a whole better career.
It's mad.
It's mad.
Yeah, do you know what? It's weird, man. It is weird. And this is why I say to people, man, just please, if you're struggling out there, lock in. It's never too late. Like, it is never too late because it weren't so long ago that I was a person that was lost.
Yeah.
Like, and when I say lost, I mean lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I was down in the dumps and now I'm sort of like finding myself again.
So what I will say to you, Rags, is even though that you've recently struggled, you're an addict, and even though you've got an element of shame that's lingering around you.
Yeah.
Like I have, loads of it. and you've had a recent relapse. I want to say you're an inspiration, brother.
Thanks, mate. I really appreciate it. Likewise.
I don't fucking judge people's like if I'm proud of them, or I don't judge people's character on how many days or weeks or months they've got under their belt. What I judge people's characters on is their ability to see their flaws and their accountability. And you have got buckets loads of it, Rags. You're there, you know you're struggling, you know you're making wrong decisions, you're accountable for your actions. And above that, mate, you want to do well, right?
Oh, mate.
You want to do well.
And do you know what? It's mad you say that, because, Dan, to see how far I've come, to let that all slip away again, because it would be again, because remember I got quite far with the music before and then slipped, to then get to here now and then become that waste man again.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. So
yeah,
as I said, I've got to sort of lock in. I've got to take myself to them guilty, sort of shameful
places. Yeah,
places.
I think you're locked in. I can feel it.
I am locked in. I'm enjoying life. I'm enjoying being a dad. I'm enjoying being don't get me wrong, like my missus worries.
Yeah.
But she knows I'm a good person when I'm sober.
Yeah.
And everything's covered when I'm sober.
What's your son's name?
Teddy.
Teddy. Oh, he's going to be a
Teddy,
rascal.
mate. Yeah.
That's a name.
No, he's a legend.
That's a
he's
name,
already like...
Teddy.
He's growing.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It's nice, man. It's nice.
Your first kid?
Yeah.
It's going to get better and better.
I've got a stepson, he's 17, but he just does his own thing, you know?
Yeah.
And even down to that, like my stepson's at an age now where he can't have me coming back waste manning it and arguing with his mum and all of that. Do you know what I mean? What's this fella doing?
No.
Mum, who are you with?
Yeah, you can't have that.
Do you know what I mean? Like I'm actually getting sober and that. I'm trying to get him driving. I'm sort of doing things for him where I never thought that I'd be this person doing things for other people.
Yeah, because we're selfish when
I
we're
used to
drinking.
be a selfish bastard. Do you know what I mean? And
well, you've got a lot to look forward to, mate. That's one thing I have got more experience than you in, and that's parenting.
Yeah.
And it is going to break you and fix you, but it gives you purpose, mate.
yeah, that's it, mate.
That's your new mission.
Yeah.
Mate, listen, I wish you all the best with the music.
Dan, thanks a lot for having me, mate.
No, look, mate, I really connected with you.
No, nice one, bro. Same.
I talk more about it on your socials, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
Outside of your
I
music.
do try to.
Yeah, I do see some videos. That's what I'm saying. More, talk more.
Yeah,
There's a lot in there, and you won't realise this. Quite similar with me. There's a very specific demographic of men that will relate to you, that need more. Need to hear what you're saying, and we'll get to them for this. I've got a massive charity football game at Swindon Town Football Club.
Yeah.
Do you ball? Do you play ball?
Yeah, I can play football.
Like proper or a little bit?
I'm all right, you know. No, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting you down for that.
Yeah, I'd love to, mate.
Yeah, and just a day out.
Get me down there.
Yeah, bring everyone.
I'll show you.
Yeah. all right. Rags, thank you, my man.
Dan, you're a legend, mate.
Legend, my brother.
Nice one.
You best bring your missus back.
Yeah, I will do, mate.
All right.
Sweet.
I'm going to wrap that up. All right, guys, that was a beautiful episode. This episode right here has been one of my favourite ones I've ever done. That just encapsulates what this is meant to be about. An open conversation, accountability, realism, facing what we're going through, but only looking back to see how far we've come. And Rags, I'm excited to see the rest of your story.
Top man, thanks.
Love that. Tap him up on Instagram, Rags the Goat. We're going to tag him in this. We're going to put links to his EP. We're going to get some clips out. Boom. Menace to Sobriety. Like, follow, share. Share this on your socials. Don't matter how many friends or followers you've got. You never know. It could help someone close to you rewrite their own future. Thank you.
Let's have it! It was amazing!
Absolute class.
You're his man. Oh, fucking hell. I've had my mental health journeys.
I love you because of it.
Oh, thank you very much, my friend. I love you too.
Best comedian going, love him to bits.
How long have you been together? 8 years! And you're still holding hands. Grow up, man.
The show was absolutely hilarious.
Being uncancelled, like 10 years, and getting sober, and then getting here. So, I just want to say thank you. My brand new 60-date 2026 UK tour is already over 70% sold out. Get your tickets to your local show quick, sharpish, while you still can.